This is Palm Beach Live, Work, Play. I'm Tim Bird, the Birdman, and today we're in Palm Beach in a beautiful little park right off South County Road, and the island is gorgeous. And we are very thrilled to have as our special guest today, Dr. Nicholas Perricone. Welcome, Dr. Perricone.
Thank you, Tim. It's great to be in Palm Beach.
Yes, it's good to see you again, and the weather cooperated. You were in need of a big dose of vitamin D, and you're getting it.
Oh, I was very much in need after a few feet of snow.
Yeah, and that's been a brutal winter up north, I'll tell you. Now, Dr. Perricone has a best-selling book called Forever Young, and you know, you're famous because of all of the cures and your advancements that you've made in skin. But you're blazing new trails into other areas, and we're going to get into that. A lot of that is covered in Forever Young.
Yes. The important thing to understand is beauty is really from the inside out. So we are what we eat. What we eat can greatly affect our appearance, our mood, and our ability to stay youthful. So
that's not an expensive drug we have to go to the doctor for when we can eat the right things, get our diet corrected.
Exactly. In fact, it's a myth that eating good food is expensive. Actually, it's eating junk food that's expensive, not just initially when you're paying the money out, but then when you're paying the price of eating junk food.
I had a very good trainer tell me once, don't eat anything out of a box and you'll be on the right road.
If it's made by man, stay away from it.
That's exactly right. Well, now, what exactly is the metabolic diet?
Well, the metabolic diet is a result of about 15 years of my research. And it's metabolic because we've decided that what we need to do is look on a cellular level to see how we're metabolizing food. And with that information, we found out what foods to choose, what supplements will help us, in addition, what lifestyle will also help us. By putting them all together, I call it the metabolic diet because we change our metabolism.
Wow. And we can make that change ourselves. That's the exciting part of this. What actually cranks up our metabolism?
A number of things crank it up, but the most important thing is having the right food. When you have the right nutrients and the right balance, and you don't overwhelm your body with too much food or too much sugar, then you burn with this beautiful blue flame, so to speak. Yes. And when we throw too much fuel on the fire, we get bogged down. So to have real efficient metabolism, right nutrients, at the right volume, the right number of calories, and spread them out throughout the day.
Wonderful. Well, there is a term you use in the book called nutrigenomics. And I'll let you give us the definition. It's a big word, but it's very, very simple by definition.
Exactly. Actually, nutrigenomics is a simple description of how food affects gene expression. That means that we know our genes give us blue eyes or color skin, but we don't realize that our genes also decide if we're going to have heart disease, what our risk for breast cancer is. The point is we can take certain foods that will suppress the bad genes, upregulate the good genes, so we now have a lot of freedom. We're not stuck with what our parents gave us.
That is very exciting news for me. I must tell you that a lot of folks think they're just stuck, but we really aren't. And that's the exciting news.
Exactly. And this really empowers us because we now know that we have choices. With good information, we don't have to look like or suffer the same problems our parents did.
Oh, man. And, of course, the vital information regarding that is in your book, Forever Young, correct?
Forever Young is the first time where I really addressed the subject of nutrigenomics and then explained how to go about it in a very simple way. And I want to also mention that everything that's in this book is it's affordable, and that's also available. So there's nothing that you have to do differently.
Well, that is the simple news and the good news. Now, we talk about gene expression. I just want to go over that one more time very quickly because in the old days, people thought, genetics dictated strictly how we were going to turn out according to what our parents went through. Now, but we can change the outcome. I just want you to delve into that just a little bit more for me, please.
Well, let's take an example of identical twins. They have the same genes. And if you look at them when they're babies and you analyze it, yes, the genes are exactly the same. But because of lifestyle and food and stress and a number of other things, you compare their genes at, say, age 40 and look at the genes. They're very diverse. So their environment, their foods, what they've suffered affect those genes, and therefore they're not identical twins anymore. That's a real strong example because it means that we're given a set of genes, and we say, well, why should I bother? It's genetic. No, it's not genetic because if you do have a family history of heart disease, obesity, diabetes, we can now alter your habits at this point. Your food intake, nutrient supplements, exercise routine, and avoid that from those genes being expressed.
And you have some superb vitamins, actually, that will help people curb those bad tendencies. Is that correct?
Yes, I have. whenever I work with patients, I'd give them a list of nutrients. They'd say, it's so difficult. Where do I find them? How do I go about doing this? So I tried to make it easy. So I actually found the highest quality vitamins in the world and put them into packets. You take these packets with each meal, and you don't have to do any thinking. It's all there. And there's about 3 different. There's one called Total Skin and Body, which is just general health and beauty. There's another one called Weight Management, and there's a third one called the Metabolic Diet. And we'll talk about that meal replacement.
Oh, I want to hear all about those.